As you know, the country is facing the third wave of coronavirus disease. Today we have our guest Abdullahi, who had come to visit us in our studio. Abdullahi, welcome to our studio.
Thank you so much. My name is Abdullahi, and I appreciate that I'm in the studio today. I'm very glad to be with you. Thank you so much.
Abdullahi, as you know, the country is facing the third wave of coronavirus. The novel of human coronavirus disease has become the fifth documented pandemic since 1918. Flu pandemic COVID-19 first reported in Wuhan, China, and subsequently spread to the worldwide since the disease has arrived in Kenya 25th March 2020, last year. Government has confirmed that 125,000 coronavirus disease and 90,077 confirmed death cases and 2,066 recoveries. Abdullahi, the first question goes, as the third wave of the deadly coronavirus affect the country, the ICU hospital beds have been fully to capacity. The beginning the question, what is the state of preparedness of the country?
So as you know, the government is still working hard, and they are working tirelessly to bring comfort to the people for the recoveries of the patient in the country. And as we move on, the government is still working hard on those issues of beds in ICUs. We had a lot of story that there's no more beds or there's not enough beds in the hospitals. People were yelling, people were dying outside the hospitals, and also the government is still working hard on that issue, and I'm sure that they will bring those beds there.
Abdullahi, will the government introduce a strict measure of lockdown to the country to reduce the spread of this infection?
Obviously, there's always lockdown that will be introduced to the country, because it is a safety measure for the country. Because lockdown is one major reason and one major part of being protecting the people or the society of the country to protect themselves from COVID-19. Is a part of wearing a mask, on face mask, having a hand sanitizer, and also that's one way of protecting the people from attacked by coronavirus.
Abdullahi, what will happen to a new patient as the ICU beds are full in capacity?
As we are having a continuous yelling from the people that there's not enough beds in the hospitals, there will be always a negative things that will happen to the patient. A patient dying outside the hospital or dying at homes, we can't look at a patient dying on the streets. They must be admitted to the hospital so that they will get a place to be treated very well and they will recover.
Abdullahi, as we receive so many updates day by day, will the government have to increase the doctor personnel as the ratio of patient and doctor is high?
What do you say?
Will the government have to increase the doctor's personnel as the ratio of patient and doctor is high?
So that will the government increase doctors to the hospitals? Are you asking like that?
Yeah, I'm asking you the ratio.
Yeah, as you know that during the start of COVID-19, like 2019, there was some countries that were having small numbers of doctors. I mean, the COVID-19 cases become many in the country, and there was a lack of doctors. So doctors will be transported from other countries to help the country if there's a case of every day or millions of people are dying because of COVID-19. So there's such a plan for the government to transport doctors from another country to bring into our countries, or else if there's enough doctors for the countries to fight COVID-19, and that's all.
There are some countries that have rejected the vaccine, as we received the information that this year the vaccine has come out. So many countries have rejected the vaccine. What is the cause, and what made them to reject the vaccine?
I've heard this story of vaccine rejection, like European countries rejected COVID-19 vaccines some African countries rejected COVID-19 vaccines because there was a lot of misunderstanding about this COVID-19, because some African countries heard that this vaccine is written, it can't be used on Africa. There's a certain vaccine that's written, it can't be used on Kenya because of conditions, because of a high level of the worm. So that a country like European countries, when they use the COVID-19 vaccine like Oxford AstraZeneca, they have noticed that this COVID-19 vaccine has brought a blood spot. I mean, there was a blood spot noticed on the shoulder where it's supposed to be injected, and that's why European countries rejected, and still they are doing some measures and also working hard with the help of World Health Organization. Then there's a country like Ghana in Africa rejected COVID-19 because they have seen that this vaccine is written that it can't be used on countries like European countries and American. Because of that issue, people suspected that this COVID-19 vaccine can kill the society or the citizens. So that's why they rejected.
As you know, the country was facing this virus. So the government has introduced a lockdown. What was the challenge of that lockdown?
Government has introduced a lockdown because it is one measure of protecting yourself. Like I told you, precaution is needed. Precaution should be taken to protect yourself from being infected by COVID-19. This is one measure of protecting yourself. Like lockdown, there's no more movement of the citizens, there's no people interaction, the public places are being closed, and therefore people will be safe from spreading the COVID-19 vaccines.
As we know that the people usually interact on the daily basis, but I have found the government has put down a curfew at night. Do you think that the people will still interacting at night when you compare between night and day? Actually, people interact on the daily.
Obviously, applying security forces to force the people not to interact themselves, it will help a lot, because some people can't be controlled by the government or can't be controlled by advice. So the government should use police officers or security personnel in order for them to protect these people, to interact with each other, so that the COVID-19 could spread to the country.
Why? My last question was that what is the measurement can we take to prevent this deadly disease?
So as we talk about some of the measures like bringing lockdown, wearing a face mask, there's a lot of measures or a precaution that can be taken to protect COVID-19. COVID-19 is a disease that's very dangerous and can kill 50,000 people a day. So that for you to take a measure or to prevent yourself from being attacked or infected by COVID-19, there's a measure that you can take, like wearing a face mask, staying at home, staying at home, not making a movement or interacting where there's a lot of people, where there's crowded people, and also there's this alcoholic hand sanitizer that the doctor says shaking hand, or if the hand has a bacteria or something like that, can cause COVID-19 when you make close contact with the nose or a part of the mouth or a senses. So you can also wear a face mask to prevent your breath to go out, and if you have a COVID-19, for example, and if you have a mask, it can be reducing the spread of coronavirus.
Do you think that, as you know, there's also the introduction of the vaccine, the campaign of vaccine has already started. Do you think that when the people have been injected from this deadly virus, do you think that people will stop wearing a mask?
So
people stop wearing a mask?
The question?
I'm asking you that.
Yeah.
There is a campaign of a new vaccine,
right,
that has been made for this virus. this deadly virus.
Yeah.
So do you think that people will still wearing a mask?
Yeah, obvious people will be still be wearing masks because the COVID-19 doesn't end yet. It's still there, and we also see there's a daily reporting that say COVID-19 is still in the country. People are being taken to the hospital to be measured if they have a COVID-19. For that, if you want to protect yourself from being exposed to this environment of COVID-19, and you have to wear a mask, and people should continue to wear a mask.
Let's go back to our Twitter handle that we have received. Our Twitter handle that we have received a message from our friend Oduor. He was asking that, what is it an airborne disease, this coronavirus disease?
We can't say it's airborne. Oh yes, it is an airborne disease, of course, because we have seen a lot of signs and symptoms of COVID-19. They say that if someone is sneezing, if someone has a COVID-19 and he sneezes on a crowded area, the people who are around that are crowded, or people who are crowded there, can be infected by the one sneeze of that person. That's how it's airborne disease.
Thank you, Abdullahi, for coming to our studio. I will appreciate